Howdy, stranger. Take a seat by the campfire. It's a long way from here to town. My name's Hope. Hope Lies. Funny name, I know. German, I think. The lion part, not the hope. Does what? I don't know. You've been traveling these wastes. Why don't you tell me? Al? Don't pay him no mind. He ain't much for talking. But if you make trouble, he'll put two in your skull. One to kill you, and one to make sure. In any case, this is his camp, and that lovely piece of tin over there is his trailer. Me, I'm just passing through. I'm looking for something. Maybe you know it? It's a plant. An orchid, I think. They say it grows out where the dust is thick, but you know how that is. Places like that, you can't take more than 2 steps before the radiation soups your insides. Well, girl's gotta have her secrets. But I tell you what, you help me find it and I'll spill it all. Beans, pork, you name it. Till then, let's just say it's worth your weight in caps to find it. Wouldn't hurt to have another set of eyes. Alright, you got yourself a deal. Some days you feel like doing nothing, but that'll just leave you feeling empty. Well, I guess I can trust you. It's not the plants so much as what's in them. Doc says they feed on rads like bees to honey. You get sick and a plant like that'll flush it right out of your system. And that's what I need it for. A friend of mine, his wife, she's dying. They tried that already. Even got her in one of those suits in case the air was bad. Doc said the plant's the only thing that'll save her. I know him, and that's all that matters. The rest, well, it's complicated. People don't got any sense is why. When they found out what it could do, everyone and their sister plucked it out of the ground. You ask people now, they say it's gone forever. Can't find what ain't there. But Pa always told me, can't never could. So long as you have faith, God'll show you the way. Yeah, there's a profit in it. Enough to make people kill for it. So this ain't exactly gonna be a picnic. In fact, if word gets out, I'd say it'd be more like a tornado in a trailer park. So we best put on our bibs if we want to eat. Thanks for helping. I ain't good at this sort of thing, but I just want to say I owe you one. Strong shoulders are good for lifting spirits. Yeah, good timing. I was talking to that bartender just now and got something good. Said some fella came by here the other day talking about this old cave, dark as death. But if you keep walking, you'll find this one spot where the light comes through, like a kiss from heaven. And beneath it is a field of plants whiter than angel wings. Not on the cave, but I did get a bead on the fella who seen it. A guy by the name of Gomez who hangs out at the Bighorn in Boulder City. I say we go pay him a visit. Remember, the Bighorn Saloon is where he'll be.
What the fuck are you doing? My brother died at the Battle of Hoover Dam. You're desecrating a war memorial. Oh, now it's on!
I know
Over
you
here!
have to. Just be careful. You let that hate boil inside you, one day it'll consume you. Sometimes the better path is to forgive. Sometimes you run so long you forget what it is that's chasing you.
Something I can help you with, señorita?
Yeah, your name, Gomez?
Depend who's asking.
Well, we ain't here to cause trouble. A friend of mine told me you might know about this plant.
You must have me mistaken for a gardener. I know nothing of the sort. Besides, if it's a plant you want, you are in the wrong place and the wrong time. There is nothing growing out there but poison.
Well, they say this plant's different. The way I hear it, it was born from a nuke, like a seed planted right in the ground. They call it the Rising Angel. Petals as white as wings.
You don't say. In that case, maybe I do know something. As for what I say, well, again, it depends on who's asking.
If it helps, we ain't in it for profit. I just want to help a sick friend is all.
I don't give a shit what your goals are. You can't tug on my heartstrings and expect to hear a song. Now, if you got cabs, that's a different story. You do it that way, there is no telling where I send you. But if I give you a receipt, then you might want to do business again. Looks like you are a little short, amigo. Come back when you got the cabs. So, you changed your mind? Pleasure doing business with you. I'll show you on your gadget where you can find it. You heard wrong, though. That field of orchids, it's not growing in a cave, it's in a vault. And from what I hear, that place is hairier than a Yawai's culo. But at least that means you'll be the only one there to see your angel bloom.
So you sure we'll find it?
Can't make guarantees in this business, señorita. Especially since I hear the radiation in those bolts fucks with your head. Almost makes you wish you were a ghoul.
Well, we only need one, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Huh. You can never take just one, but that might be the wiser course of action. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must get back to my meal. I wish you good luck, but truth is, I just don't care.
Well, it's a lead. A vault, though? Huh. Didn't know the sun spent the night underground. You're right. It's time I fess up. Best start from the beginning. When I left home, Pa made me promise to do right. Don't matter if I kept the good book with me, don't matter if I remembered the words, so long as I stayed true to their spirit. And for the most part I did. Until the day I met Cole. A soldier I met out in the waste. When I found him, he was halfway up God's interstate, but damn if I didn't manage to reel him back. When I asked him what happened, he said he got separated from his troop, and more importantly, his wife. Yeah, we traveled together for months after, looking for his troop. After a while, we stopped looking and just started wandering. I'm not making excuses, but we didn't even know if we'd last the day, and, well, the better emotions, they were in short supply. That I am. Didn't see it that way at the time, though. Even when we found that radio, I was praying to God we'd hear nothing but static. When he turned it on and that voice came through the other side, my heart sunk. I don't know, but I do know I was fool enough to wish his wife ill. And truth is, when it happened, I almost looked up at the sky and thanked the Lord Almighty. It wasn't until I went to see her and looked into that poor woman's eyes that I knew I'd done broke a vow. Everything I do now is to make sure that man and his wife fix theirs. All right, we're here. I've been in one of these before. There's always more going on Hey, can you do me a favor and keep an eye on your pit boy? Just in case the radiation spikes. This floor looks promising. Let's see what we have over here. Oh my God, look! I think I can see it way in the back. Bright as an angel. That has to be our orchid. Better make sure, though. Don't want to walk head first into a dust storm. Do me a favor and check the terminal. I'm going to see if we can't find a button that opens that door. Hey, you got it open. Good work. Find anything else on that terminal? No surprise there. My bet is they keep it as far away as possible on account of all the radiation. But right now, I could walk through a mushroom cloud and still feel blessed to do it. Sorry, but I can't let you do this for me. This is a test of faith, and I have to see it through. When you go through rivers, they won't sweep you away. When you walk through fire, you can't be burned. It all makes sense now. This is why the thing with Cole happened, why his wife got ill, and why I can't get over the guilt. It was also I could give my life to save hers. Don't need it. Whether he wants me here or somewhere else, I put my faith in the Lord. But before I go, I just want to say I'm glad you were the one to take me this far. When I was tired, you picked me up. When I was ready to give up, you gave me a good kick in the rear. I guess what I'm saying is, I traveled a long road to get to this point. And if I had to walk it all over again, it'd be worth it if I could walk it with you. All right, here I go.
Darn it to heck, I swear this infernal jukebox never plays what I want. Hey there, darling. Miss me? Well, from the looks of it, you passed out in some godforsaken vault. But despite you being here, I reckon it's not quite over yet. Your life, your purpose, your raison d'etre. Now, as for your wild goose chase, that, I'm afraid, is over. The woman you were trying to save, I'm afraid she didn't make it. Passed away 2 hours ago. If it helps, she went in peace. Because I saw her go past the gates about 20 minutes ago. Kept my eye on that one, seeing as she meant so much to you. Well, it can't be heaven because the damn jukebox keeps eating all my coins. Son of a gun as hungry as a mole rat. Your friend, the courier. He made a choice. Get that fool's orchid or save a friend. I like to think he chose wisely. Right where you left it, I imagine. It's just hard to see under all that mess. But it's there, darling. It always has been. Right under your nose. Look, it was never your fault that woman got ill. And I ain't sure she'd even want your help if you gave it. I've told you before, the past is a wagon that ain't got no wheels. You show up after all this time, and all three of you will be dragging it. Jesus God Almighty, I hope you've always been a stubborn one. That's why your name's always been a good fit. Of course, this may surprise you, but it wasn't your mother that picked it, although she did have a hoot saying it. Well, around the time you were born, your mother and I were having difficulties. We couldn't agree on anything, let alone a name, so for about a month you were just our crying child. And boy, could you cry. I had to get my shut-eye during the day because every night you'd let out one hell of a storm. Your mother, of course, slept right through it, so it was up to me to calm you down. and complained to us that we didn't do the same. But that's why we love her. She was one of a kind. Well, eventually I just gave up on trying to go to sleep. Figured you were going to wake me up anyway, so what was the point? Only that night, you were quiet as a tumbleweed. I remember holding you in my arms, the both of us, tired and hungry, not knowing whether me or my marriage would last the night. And then I looked into your eyes and thought to myself, this child right here is where all my hope lies. That's right, hon. Your name doesn't mean hope don't exist. It means hope lies within. Oh, I know it feels like the world is conspiring against you, but that's just how it keeps time. Stop to take a breath and it'll leave you behind. Try to get ahead and you'll find it stuck in its ways. You gotta put hope in today, darling. Not for some man from long ago or for some future that'll never be. That's the kind of love you hold on to. That's the kind of hope that can never tell a lie. Now you go on and get back to adventuring. I gotta see the owner about this gosh darn jukebox. I may be a man of God, but even I have my limits.
Where are we? Yeah, I'm sorry. Kinda went in there without thinking, didn't I? And if the good Lord hadn't brought you beside me, I'd probably be up there with Pa and the angels. Yeah, I guess there was no saving it and me. I was supposed to be the one to save her, and I just got in the way. And if I haven't found it by now, well, Cole's wife ain't got much of a chance. No, it's not like that at all. I couldn't see it then, but it was just a guilt that drove me. Like someone painted the perfect couple and I threw mud on the whole thing. I was just trying to clean up, and I ended up making it worse. For them, and for us. Not really. Just a feeling. Like everything got warm, and then there was a light. Thought for a second it was the sun over them pearly gates. Turns out it was just a regular old bulb. Because if this is heaven, Pa has got some explaining to do. It's strange, but I think I am. When I woke up, part of me knew she was gone. And to be honest, I don't know how I should feel about that. All this time I thought if I just kept hoping she'd be alright in the end. Maybe in some strange way, she is. I'll say a prayer, but I don't think I'm invited to any funeral. It's probably better this way. Oh yeah? What's that? Maybe it does. Lately I've been thinking there's more to my name than hopes and lies. But I guess you'll have to keep me around a little longer to find out. Lot more junk around here. Down south it's almost like folks were never there. But every now and then you'll see something that'll remind you that ain't so. Like a hat on a cactus. Or a car sticking out where there ain't no business being a road. It's enough to make you wonder if this is all part of the plan. Maybe God just got tired of all the fighting and grandstanding and being the big bad lion. Maybe he just wants to be a butterfly, dancing on the Texas wind. Strong as oak, sweet as honeysuckle. You writing a book, darling? Well, if you are, I guess it's smart to peek under the cover. What do you want to know? Well, most songs I know are church ones. Amazing Grace, for instance. But if you're talking about the radio, I've always had a soft spot for Marty Robbins. I like that he always got a story to tell. You and everyone under 30. But I ain't much for dancing. My feet get drunker than a bottle of Jack whenever there's a beat. My favorite's the Master's Call. It's got a lot of sin, but it's also got a lot of soul. I can even sing it for you, so long as you promise to keep the matches from your ears. Be a shame if I burned them. Alright, what do you want to know? Well, I got a real plain sense of humor. Most of the jokes I like are the kind that makes other folks cringe. Okay, how's this? What's a Brahmin's favorite drink? Moo-ca-cola. Yeah, I can't say it's original, though. Most jokes I know were stuff that got passed around the campfire. We may not have had food in our bellies, but all that laughter was food for the soul. That's an easy one. I don't like jokes that are mean. The world would be a lot better place if we stopped picking on people and learned to laugh at ourselves. You actually had something like that, I reckon both it and this little partnership would be going up in flames. That's what I like about you. We both got our ways. And while we may be 2 caps short of a 6-pack, somehow we managed to make change. I learned most of what I know from my ma and pa. Ma was a real Annie Oakley. Give her a shotgun and a shot glass and she was a happy camper. Pa was a preacher. As soon as Ma was done sinning, he was there to wash him clean. Maybe. Pa always said he would have died if it weren't for the good book. Ma always told me you're one bad shot from digging your own grave. I think they were both right, in their own way. I reckon I haven't. Like Ma, I mostly use a shotgun. Got bad eyes, so the spray helps. Pa used to say the blurry vision's a blessing. Some days I can't tell a ghoul from a gecko, and that's why I treat everyone the same. Well, you got to promise not to laugh, but I'd rather not get in a tussle with one of them tin men. Well, when I was an ankle biter, me and some of the other kids used to shoot cans off old lady Maven's fence. Wouldn't have done no harm, seeing as she was up there with the angels. Don't know. Must have been the cholesterol that got her, 'cause the whole house was full of 'em. Cans. Of course, most of us were too scared to go down to the basement. But my cousin Bobby, bless his foolish heart, he just ran in like it was nothing. He'd just go in and come out with like a dozen or so cans. And every day we kept waiting for him to say there ain't no more, but we'd always run out of bullets first. So one day I asked him, just how many cans were in that basement? And he shrugs his shoulders and tells me, hell if I know. They just pop out that metal box like they was her baby. I don't know why, but after he said that, I got a harder time shooting tin cans than I do people. Alright. Why weren't the kids allowed to hang out at the toxic waste dump? They just weren't ghoul enough. So a guy walks into his lawyer's office. He tells him his mama died and he wants to collect on the life insurance. The lawyer asks him, does your policy contain an accidental death clause? And the guy says, there were death clause, but there wasn't no accident. That was kind of bad, wasn't it? Last night I couldn't figure out where the sun went. Then it dawned on me. How's this? A dwarf, a farmer, and a super mutant walk into a bar. Well, the farmer walks into the bar, the dwarf walks under it, and the super mutant ducks.
Hail the People's Republic!